All right, keep digging. My talk of the table is, in fact, related to the subject of keeping on digging when all seems lost, and you will get there. It's about history being made in Major League Baseball with the hiring of the first woman to be general manager of a major league team. Kim Ng was named the new GM of the Miami Marlins. This also makes her the first female general manager of any male pro sports team in North America. Ng has 30 years of experience in the league, 30 years even though she's only 51 years old. And in a statement, Major League Baseball commissioner said that this sets a significant example for the millions of women and girls who love baseball and softball. And Kim Ng joins us now from Marlins Park in Miami. Kim, good morning to you. Congratulations. On the one hand, this is a very qualified person getting a very well-deserved position. And on the other hand, this is a really big deal. Yeah. You've been in baseball for 30 years. You started as an intern with the White Sox. You were just 21 at the time, and you acknowledged it did not seem likely that a woman was going to be a GM in your lifetime, and yet here you are. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It still really hasn't sunk in, but it's getting there. I'm sure once this press conference is over today, I will be off to the races and in the thick of it. That's when it'll really sink in.
I read that you were on a many-person text chain with other women who are in executive positions and baseball operation jobs in Major League Baseball. There are dozens of you out there. What was the reaction on that text chain when you got announced?
I think everyone was just so excited. And, you know, in some ways it was disbelief for them as well. I think, you know, it's just a symbol for so many women who are out there just trying to, you know, work their way up to the top, make their way up to the next level.
So you were recognized as a great manager at the Major League Baseball level for years. I think you were the youngest assistant GM with the Yankees in the late 90s when they were winning World Series after World Series. And usually when a person is the youngest assistant GM in the league, they're going to get a GM job pretty soon after. But for you, it took 15 years from the time you first interviewed. What's your explanation for that gap, and why do you think it happened now?
You know, I don't really know. It's, you know, it's been a long road. All I can say is that I'm happy it's happened, and I look forward to running the Marlins, hopefully to a championship.
Do you think gender played a role in that 15-year gap?
Sure. I would say I had a very good resume for a long time, but, you know, it just never happened.
I want to hand it over to Gayle King here.
I know, because Kim...
Who needs to be explained to... Well, go ahead, and then I've got a follow-up.
Okay, Kim Ng, I am bursting out of my skin. I'm not even a baseball girl. And
that's what I was going to bring up.
I am not even a baseball girl, but I was so excited when I heard this news about you. So I want to know, with your closest friends and your family and the people that love you and you love them, did you have a moment where you guys just screamed and said, "We did it, I did it"? Did you have a moment like that? Was there champagne? Was there cupcakes? What was it?
So I went and told my mom and four sisters on the day after it happened. I went out there to visit them and told them I was moving to Miami, and they were completely perplexed and said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, this former shortstop I know just made me the next general manager of the Marlins," obviously Derek Jeter, and they all screamed. I'm not a big screamer, but they all screamed, and it was a pretty awesome, awesome view.
We are all screaming for you, honestly. Do you feel tremendous pressure because you are who you are, or do you just think, "Look, I got this, I'm ready to go"?
No, you know, before I got the job, it feels like this 10,000-pound weight went from the left shoulder, and now that I've got the job, it's now transferred to the right shoulder. Because whatever I do, I've just got to do it well.
Yeah. Kim, you heard Gayle King say she's not a baseball girl. I'm curious, what made you love the game of baseball, and what's your plan for bringing more women and girls into the sport?
Well, first of all, I think, you know, just my having this position and being more out there, more high profile, I think girls are going to see that and think that, you know, the sport is welcoming to them. I think, you know, in terms of what made me love baseball, my dad was a big sports fan, introduced me to everything. And for some reason, you know, I just loved baseball. I loved the sound of the crack of the ball off the bat. I loved you know, walking into the stadium, you know, as you walk down towards the field and just see the sun shining down on the field. So many things. But, it was my dad who really introduced me to the game.
Kim, I read that you started off playing stickball in Queens, not far from where the Mets played, I should note, but somehow you became a Yankees fan. Some of us will forgive you for that. But so my question is, where did your fandom come from?
You know, I just remember going to Yankee Stadium for the first time, and at the time, the Yankees were a very good team. It was the late 70s. You know, we had my personal hero, Thurman Munson. We had, you know, other greats, Willie Randolph, Greg Nettles. They were just, you know, great team players, and they were fun. They were a fun group to watch. It was called the Bronx Zoo, I think.
Yes, it was.
Listen, and another shout out to Derek Jeter, who I think has great taste, and he's such a class act, great taste in wives and teams, and now great taste in hires. Did he call you and say, Kim, are you interested, or did you apply for the job? How did that work?
No, he called me.
Ah, okay.
He called me. It must have been 3 or 4 weeks ago, and said, "Look, I have this opening. Would you be interested?" And it just went from there.
And you said,
But obviously, Derek and I have a bit of a history.
Well, you helped negotiate his contract back when he was on the Yankees, so I guess you didn't beat him up too bad. Or maybe you did, and he wants to do that on his team.
He knows what he's doing.
We tried.
Kim, as do you.
We tried, but he's Derek.
He's Derek, and you are Kim. We are cheering you on. I'm very, very excited about this. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you.
Bye.